Hey everybody, welcome to Good Chats. Thanks for coming on board tonight. G'day Steve Klink, welcome aboard. Luke's Fishing, good evening to you too, sir. Kaznick1, hello. Andy Munro, welcome aboard, sir. Just a quick one tonight, guys, because guess what? Ever since Sunday or Monday, funnily enough, after I was doing a lot of my animation for the Pitchy Richie map that I'm doing, I came down with a rather nasty case of arthritis and autoimmune inflammation in my right hand, believe it or not. So here is my flipper, my severely swollen flipper. Which we're in uncharted territory now. The drugs are kind of working, but not working as quick as they have on previous occasions. So this week I've been learning how to do everything with one hand, which has been kind of interesting and not much fun, to be honest with you. So just a quick one this week, just checking in, because I do this every week unless I'm completely incapable of doing it. And this week the mind is willing, but the flipper just says no. Yeah, it's not sore anymore. It just says no to anything. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little sneak preview because I've had a few days off work and I've had the chance to do a lot more research on the Pitchy Richie line, have a think about how I'm going to do the video. So g'day O'Malley, welcome aboard. So I'm going to play the draft video that I've got and just kind of talk a little bit through that as well, because there's a lot of gaps in it at the moment. I'm still just kind of thinking about the setup of the video, given I've not finished most of the filming yet. So yeah, it's a bit like that. Glad it's not both hands. That's all I can say. So I've wanted to start an animation with one of these big Google zoom-ins, but probably usually by the end of the video I decide to get rid of it. But this is the result of putting together the animation that I showed you a little bit of last week. So all the elements are in there, and I've been doing a little bit of animation of them. But given I think that this is probably what caused my hand to flare up, I haven't been doing much of it lately. Just been tweaking a little bit around the sides when I am out of bed. So it's been a good opportunity to rest a lot and just kind of think about how I'm going to start the video, how I'm going to continue the video, and where I'm going to put things in. So for example, I've left this blank because this is probably going to be the part where I introduce the video down the platform, because we'll go from Port Augusta up to Quorn, then from Quorn down to Woolshed Flat, and then we will go for a tour of the workshops hopefully, and have a bit of a deeper look around Quorn before the video ends. G'day History Hunter Down Under, just a short stream tonight, just here to show you a little bit of my work in progress. It's pretty gappy, but it's just me sort of having a think about how I'm going to do the video, which should be out by the middle of August. That's another spot where I'm thinking of doing some narration, so just put in a bit of a gap there. These are all just placeholders as I decide how the story is going to unfold. But that's one of the big things that I want to try and do with my videos, is try and tell them in a timeline, in a story, and have a bit of a narrative to it as well. You should see the Word document. I might even screen cap that and show you what I've been doing with the Word document. So there's some good shots there to start with, but I've got a lot more groundwork to do, and a lot more narration to do as well. So yeah. We'll transition back to that one. Let me see if I can get these up and just give you another little bit of a peek behind the scenes, so to speak, of what kind of happens as I research my videos. So we've got a bit of, and I think you asked me too what the process was for the videos, and it's a bit of reconnaissance, it's a bit of shooting this and that and the other. Some of it turns out to be A-roll footage, and some of it turns out to be B-roll, and some of it tells me other things that I need to go back and get. But then the research that I've been doing over the last week, and we'll get the screen cap going. There we go. multi-screen mic. Let's see if this works. We'll go bring both those up. So hopefully this is working. The document on the left is the main document. There we go. I think we've got it up and working now, although the screen cap's not quite capturing both, so we'll just move that over. So I got up to 1,750 words on that document on the left there, where I do a timeline from 1875, when the first narrow gauge railway went in from Port Pirie to Gladstone, and then that timeline's about 1.5 pages long to about 2001. Then I'm starting to think about what the narrative introduction will be, which I only kind of know what it's going to be when I know what's going to be in the video. It's hard to do an introduction when you haven't really, finished everything, because you don't know what you're introducing. And the document on the right-hand side there is me trying to condense that timeline into more of a storytelling narrative. So as the maps unfold, we can talk about all the changes that happened over the years with sort of a visual timeline underneath that narrative. Because when I first read out the timeline, it turned out to be about 3.5 minutes, and I'm like, oh God, everyone's going to fall asleep. So I am trying to get the words down and tell more of the timeline story visually with less words. So then we'll start at Port Augusta, where we'll board a train, and then you might be able to see, if you look closely enough, I don't know, I've got a small screen here on my monitor. I've broken down each location one by one, and added in the notes from my readings from various books and from the interwebs. So Mortimer Stone Walls, Pitchy Ritchie, French's Farm, the old brewery restaurant. They love their breweries up through the Pitchy Ritchie Pass, I can tell you that much. All the way through to Quorn. Then we might do a bit of a description of the rolling stock that they've got, but I tend not to want to delve too deep into rolling stock. I'm not too much of a train nerd. I'm more of the history and the culture of the thing kind of nerd. What else have I got? Do I still have anything else up on screen that I was working on? Oh, we can go to Lionel Noble collection. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure all of the railway fans out there will have this in their bookmarks collection, but if you don't, it's lionelnoble.com, and he lets you use, his son lets you use his images with permission, and he has a huge black and white library of images from his time on the railways. So you can get actually images that aren't at the National Railway Museum either. I was looking for coal trains through Quorn, and if I go all the way back, you can't find these images anywhere else. Lots of great images with people in them, which could be almost a video story of its own, I reckon. Just all the people and places, and somewhere back in here, God, we're going a fair way back now. We'll get back to the days of coal trains, when coal trains ran from Lee Creek to Adelaide via Quorn before the standard gauge line was built. That's a bit of a weird image, this one. This is the old reservoir at Quorn, which would have been quite a sight out there in the middle of the desert to see all of that water. G'day Darryl, welcome aboard. I'm sure you already know of the Lionel Noble collection, and I'm just sort of quickly in this quick stream just talking about where I'm at with the video. Obviously I've got all the National Railway Museum images, but I am now onto lionelnoble.com. But there, for example, is a coal train in the 50s going through Quorn bound for Adelaide. It's an interesting story, I think. The Pitchy Ritchie Pass, because Quorn, before the railway went from Port Pirie up through Port Augusta, the line, the crossroads of Australia as far as railway was concerned was at the Pitchy Ritchie Pass, and a lot of people don't sort of realise that. So I want to try and highlight that in the storytelling. But at any rate, for those who came in late, This is just going to be a quick one tonight. Have mercy on me. Because yes, I have managed to turn my right hand into a Andre the Giant sized flipper, which means I can't really do much except bash the keyboard with it. So thank you, Daryl. I'll go check that out because I'll be spending a few nights up in Quorn through July. So I will go and have a look at the railway dam and have a good explore around Quorn as well. I haven't put anything up on the railway tracks tonight because I'm pretty much in and out. I need to go give this hand some rest and some more drugs and see if I can attempt going to work tomorrow. So we do this every Wednesday night at 8:15 p.m. As long as I'm capable of it, as long as I've got one hand left, I'll scratch and crawl my way before the keyboard and deliver the good news to everybody. I hope everybody else's week has been going okay. This weekend is my 50th birthday, so giant wrestler hand notwithstanding, you should see me at the Guardsman on Saturday night for dinner in the Adelaide railway station, and then off to Quorn the next night for dinner up there before riding the first of a couple of Pitchy Ritchie railway line rides. So hopefully I'll get some content or I'll get some videos out to everybody from all of that. I really appreciate all you guys, the regulars, coming on board. So Steve Klink, Luke's Fishing, Kaznick, Andy Munro, O'Malley, History Hunter Down Under, and Daryl Phillips. Thanks heaps for coming on board. Just a short stream tonight, so I'm going to have to bid you adieu. Thanks for all the birthday wishes and stuffs, and we'll see you on the internet next Wednesday night, if not before. Thanks. Peace.